Hi everybody, welcome to week 7 of EDU6200. We're starting to get back on track here, and hopefully we'll be all caught up here before the midterm exam comes up next week. So what I want to do this week, because week 7 is really different, there's no discussion forum, although we are continuing discussion forum number 6 from the previous week. There's some other things. Oliver, stop that. Sorry guys, my cat is trying to scratch one of our paintings. Get down. Yeah, gotta love cats. All right, hope you're laughing right now. That's a good way to start out this week's video. So, the first thing I want to do is orient you to some due dates. So I first want you to go to the coursework page. If you're online right now watching this, go to the coursework page. And as you look down, you will see that a couple things are coming up due this week. And I want to make sure you know when they are due. So the first one is WCG number 9, that was the field notes experience assignment. That was the one that was due way back during Hurricane Irma, and I extended the date for you. It is now due this Friday, October 6th. So that's a couple days away. Today's the 3rd. It's a couple days away. October 6th is Friday. Make sure you get that assignment in. Again, that's the one where you have to observe with your administrator for a week, and then you're writing down examples of where you see various things. And I'll go over the rubric with you in a moment if you need that again. So that's the first one. Second thing, week 5 discussion forum. I'm working on grading those right now. It looks like a few of you did not submit it. That's really, really not good. We want to get that stuff in. If you're struggling, it is your job to get in touch with me, please. I have done my best to reach out to folks these first few weeks. And as we get into the second half of the semester, the reminders of not turning in assignments are not going to be as timely because I realize we're still recovering from a hurricane right now, but at that point, you should be caught up with the course. So if you haven't done 5 yet, you need to get that in as soon as possible. The next 2 things that are going to be due are both due on October 9th. So that is a week from yesterday, October 9th. And that is the Week 6 discussion forum. Now, with our discussion forum project, I apologize to Week 5 and Week 6 groups. I'm still working on making sure you guys know what you should be doing, and I apparently didn't make my directions clear enough. So it's really important, those of you coming up for Week 9, Week 10, Week 11, the next series of discussion forums, you are paired or in a trio. And what you need to understand is you're working together, so you're not submitting separate posts. You will submit one post with your content that you want to present, with your examples you want to present, and with your discussion questions you want to present. One person out of the 2 or 3 of you will post it, and make sure you put all 3 names in there so I know to give you credit. Now, the other question that came up this week from Week 5 and Week 6 was, do we have to respond to each other if we're presenting? The answer is no. If you're not presenting, you do your regular 1 post responding to the original post, and then your 2 responses to your colleagues. If you are the presenting group, so the 2 of you who just presented for Week 6, that was great, by the way. I read through it. I liked what you guys have there. You do not have to respond at all. Now, I encourage you to. That's really going to help us in our discussion piece. The same way that I try and go back and respond to each of you with your posts each week, that's what I want you to try and do. If you can go in and view and respond to a couple of each of you, that is really, really good and really, really powerful because it helps others see and feel that they are supported, they are receiving information. I apologize there. My cat was walking across again and drew my attention. He's definitely playful tonight. And make sure that those people feel as if they've gotten an answer that's been read and been looked at and fits in with what you were looking at in your presentation. So that's assignment number 1 that's due at the end of Week 7. I extended that one, remember. It was originally due last night, but I have given you an extra week, so do work on Week 6 discussion forum right now. The second assignment is the compliance inventory, and that is WCG number 3. Now, last time I sent you guys a video, I also emailed you a copy of the rubric for WCG number 3. As you look down it again, you're looking at this is how we're dealing with federal and state laws. You're looking at things that, for example, in the first section on how you deal with federal guidelines, procedures for safe learning environment. You're looking at things that are related to how your school's plan is supporting things. The second one talks about physical accommodations for students based on federal guidelines. That could be kids who have a disability, both physical and or emotional and or mental, those kinds of things. Looking at examples of how the school complies with federal law and statutory rights. So this is really examining your school's plan and how it compares to both state and federal laws. One of the big ones is down there, FPLS 4.1, and that one talks about the Code of Ethics, which is a huge piece of what we do. So what you want to make sure you do is on WCG number 3, there are those 3 sections, okay? You've got the one talking about 4 examples of state or federal guidelines, 4 examples of ensuring state school staff provides accommodations, 4 examples of compliance with law, such as constitutional law, and last but not least, the 4 examples of the Code of Ethics. So make sure you do all 4 of those. Then you can present those however you want. Somebody asked me, can I do a PowerPoint? That's fine. Can I do a bulleted list? That's fine. However you want to present those examples, you want to write a narrative, that's fine too. Then the second part is making sure you have a full page reflection. You're reflecting on what you just did on those 4 items. And what I'm looking for when it comes to the APA formatting is, did you submit things appropriate to APA? So if you're doing a bulleted list, did you submit an appropriate bulleted list? Not, is the whole thing cited properly? That's not really what I'm looking for here. I'm looking to make sure you have general writing requirements taken care of. If you have questions about WCG number 3 that I have not just addressed there, and I apologize for getting distracted by my cat. He's gone now, by the way. Do make sure you contact me, text me, email me, call me. Let's discuss it. If you're not sure, you want to send it to me ahead of time, you can email it to me. I'll be glad to look at it. All right. That's what's due this week. So again, you got this Friday, the field notes, WCG number 9. And then on Monday of next week, you've got WCG number 3 and the week 6 discussion forum. Last thing I want to talk about before we break tonight is the midterm exam. So again, that opens on Tuesday, October 10th, and it closes on Monday, October 16th. So you've got any time during that week. So those of you who are still a little bit behind on things and getting caught up, and you may not have your assignments in until Monday the 9th, that's okay. Take a deep breath. It's okay, because you have the full week to take the exam. So you can set aside a day, and I made sure you had the full weekend as well. I don't know about many of you, but I know in Hillsborough we have no school on Monday the 16th. That's the end of the quarter, and so the teachers have a work day. And so if you're one of those teachers that has that, you can actually plan to study all weekend, and you can take Monday and take the exam on Monday. Just one word of caution. You have a 4-hour time limit, 4 hours. Can you guys see that? 4 hours. That's it. And the 4 hours starts from the moment you start the exam, and it will end no later than 11:55. So if you log in later than 7:55 p.m. on Monday the 16th, you will not have a full 4 hours to take the exam. It shouldn't take that long. Like I said, it's some multiple choice questions. It is some true-false questions and some free response questions. Where you want to look to study. And by the way, I cover this through the first 4 chapters, and the last 2 groups done a good job covering it as well. You will find 2 real areas to study. Number 1, on the right-hand side of the main page of our course, down on week 8, you will find a midterm study guide, chapters 1 through 6. That is the first place you want to look. Okay? That is taken directly from the exam. Number 2, on the left-hand side, week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In there on the left-hand side, you will find notes that I've put in there for you, along with the information I put in the discussion forum, along with what your colleagues, classmates have done the last 2 weeks, weeks 5 and 6 for that. So a lot of stuff for you to study. There is no reason why you should not do well on this exam. I want you to be successful. What's most important when you walk out of this class, and I think I said it in my video last week, you know the content, you understand the law, you understand how to apply it. When I read some of your discussion forums from both weeks 4 and week 5, I want to tell you one of the most important things I saw, ladies and gentlemen, was that you realized that many of you as teachers were not given this information. I wasn't either. And that is a huge, huge issue that we face in education. And so many of you said that one of the first things you were going to do is, as an administrator, educate your faculty on the laws, not just your teachers, but your support staff as well, your clerical in the office. Those things are really, really up. Oliver's back. He might come say hi this time. That is really huge that you educate your staff and you guys do that in a way. You want to say hi, Oliver? Okay. Hey, everybody. This is Oliver. Oliver, say hi. Oliver. Ollie, let him see you. Well, I guess he's not interested. You guys get to see his rear end instead. Well, that was very interesting. Okay, bye, Oliver. Back to what I was saying. That is so huge, ladies and gentlemen, that you understand the law and how it fits in and how it affects what you're going to do as a school administrator or as a teacher. Either way, both. I mean, it's just huge how the law impacts what we do and that we have to make sure we stay inside of what the legal ramifications are. You may have seen recently with some of the tragedies that happened, and again, pray for Las Vegas and what happened there is just a huge, huge tragedy, and I can't believe I've been to that place where it happened, so it's just very, very scary when you think about that. But CBS, I think it was CBS, fired somebody who made comments related to politics and totally off the wall about things. And I'm grateful the station fired that person because that's not something we do. We as educators know that. We can't just go off the wall and make those comments and say something like this person did. It's a tragedy. We want to pray for those people who lost their lives, pray for those who are surviving from it and dealing with the aftermath, which is very, very difficult. And understand that's what we do as educators. We support people. So you may have kids in your classrooms these weeks that are really, really suffering with the tragedy that happened there, as we had Orlando last year at the Pulse nightclub. These are all things we do, but within the law, we're allowed to console kids. We're allowed to support kids. We just do not go off on those crazy tangents like that. So that's really important you understand those pieces. So again, for those of you who've had some difficulty keeping up with the timelines, adjusted timelines, those are there to get us back on track, ladies and gentlemen. And I said it last week that I want to be flexible based on your needs. Hopefully you're back on track at this point. If you are not, your job is to contact me and let me know, because I want to make sure that I get you where you need to be and you understand the content and you walk away from this course with not only content that's going to help you in your career, but by the way, it'll help you on the Feely. And I can't tell you how many students from last time I taught this course, last fall, it's once a year, came back and thanked me for all the content we covered in this class that ends up on the Feely. There is a huge section on the Feely all about law. So that's something you want to think about as well. I'm going to end here. If you have any questions throughout this time, let me know. I will probably not publish a video next week because it's only the midterm exam. I'll send out an email Monday night probably or Tuesday morning. Hey guys, the exam is open. Get started on it and take it during this week. Okay guys, have a great week and I'll talk to you soon.